Hey everyone, ready to dive into some study tips?
Always ready for that.
I think we all are. Sometimes I feel like I'm spending way too long studying,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
but not really getting the results. And
Right.
I know a lot of our listeners feel the same way. So we decided to check out this YouTube video.
Okay.
It's called How to Study So Fast It Feels Like Cheating.
Interesting title.
It is, and it's by The Angry Explainer. And we're going to break it down for you, and hopefully you can take away some good tips for your next study session.
Sounds good.
So the first thing that really jumped out at me was the
Okay.
importance of mindset.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're saying like how just believing you can learn quickly can actually make a difference.
Interesting.
They even mentioned this Harvard study
Yeah.
with employees, and they told the employees that physical work was good for them.
Oh.
And the employees who believed that it was good for them,
Uh-huh.
their blood pressure went down and they lost weight.
I've heard of that study. That's wild.
Right. Just from believing it.
That is fascinating how our beliefs can be so powerful.
Yeah.
You know, it really connects to this idea of self-fulfilling prophecies.
Oh, yeah.
If you expect something's going to happen, you're more likely to kind of act in ways that make it happen.
Totally.
So if you think studying is going to be this horrible, long,
Yeah.
painful thing,
Right.
then it probably will be
Totally.
because you're dreading it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if you go in thinking it's going to be awful,
Right.
it's going to feel awful.
Exactly.
But what if you went into it like,
Yeah.
I'm going to learn this so fast?
Right. I'm going to crush this.
Yeah. The video suggests like using phrases like that
Oh, wow.
to reframe your thinking.
Okay.
And I was like,
Yeah.
maybe it really is that simple.
I mean, it's really about shifting your perspective.
Yeah.
And it's about creating this positive feedback loop.
Right.
When you believe in yourself and your ability to learn quickly, you approach studying with more confidence and more focus.
Totally makes sense.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about something a little more tangible. Snacking.
Oh, who doesn't love snacks?
Right.
Especially when studying.
I mean, we've all been there. You grab a candy bar or a soda, before you hit the books.
Oh, for sure. A little energy boost.
But according to this video, that sugar rush is actually
Oh,
not a good idea.
more harm than good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually cited some research from UCLA saying that sugar can really impair your learning and your focus.
Makes sense.
When you think about it,
Yeah.
sugar leads to those spikes and crashes in
Yeah.
your blood glucose levels.
Yeah.
And that's going to mess with your brain's ability to, concentrate,
I think-
retain information.
Yeah, instead of that up and down,
Yeah.
energy roller coaster.
Right.
The video was suggesting snacks that provide sustained energy.
Okay.
So they recommended things like nuts,
Yep.
fish.
Good choices.
Yeah.
Lots of healthy fats and protein,
Yeah.
antioxidants, all those good things to support your brain.
Yeah, keep you focused for longer.
And they keep you full so you're
Yeah.
not snacking every 5 minutes.
Right. Really is a good reminder that what we fuel our bodies with
Yeah,
affects our brain
for sure.
and how we learn.
Absolutely.
So, all right, so what else did this video have to say?
Another tip I really liked was about using a timer.
Oh, a timer.
Okay, have you heard of Parkinson's law?
I have, actually.
It states that work expands to fill the time you give it.
Oh, that's so true.
So if you give yourself all day to study,
Yeah.
you're going to take all day to study.
You're going to be there all day.
Right.
That's why I love the Pomodoro method,
Oh, yeah, me too.
setting those time constraints for tasks.
Yeah. Well, it really helps.
So the video recommends setting 30-minute timers
Okay.
for study sessions.
Nice, manageable chunks.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever tried that?
I have, and I actually find it super helpful
Oh, good.
to keep my focus and prevent me from getting distracted.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much you can actually get done when you know you only have a limited amount of time.
Right. You're like, okay, I got to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Got to make the most of it.
Right. I'm totally going to try that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Now let's talk about something that I think everyone struggles with,
Right?
feeling overwhelmed
Oh, yeah,
by all the material.
for sure.
Like-
All the stuff you got to learn.
There's just so much to learn.
It can be a lot.
And,
So what did the video suggest?
well, they talked about the 80-20 rule,
Oh, the 80-20 rule. Okay.
which basically says if you focus on the most important 20% of the material,
Yeah,
you can get 80% of the results.
that makes sense.
Right.
It's quality over quantity. It's a real game changer when you're studying.
It is. And it's actually like a bigger principle called,
Oh, is it?
yeah, the Pareto principle.
Okay.
Which is this idea that 80% of effects come from 20% of the causes,
Okay.
and you see it.
So it applies to more than just studying.
Oh, yeah, all over the place.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, economics, business, all
Yeah.
kinds of things.
Okay.
So instead of trying to learn every single little detail,
Right.
you got to prioritize.
Right. Prioritize the important stuff.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
think about
Yeah.
the key takeaways.
Okay.
What did the professor emphasize?
Mm-hmm.
What's probably going to be on the exam?
Right. Exactly.
What's important for you to actually take away from this?
So it's like being strategic
Yes.
with your learning.
So this next tip I thought was really interesting.
Okay.
Might sound a little counterintuitive.
All right. I'm intrigued.
Study the answers first.
What do you mean?
Okay, so before you even really read the material,
Yeah.
look at the questions at the end of the chapter
Oh, okay.
or the practice problems for
Yeah.
the exam.
Interesting.
So you start with the desired outcome
Okay.
and then you work backwards.
So you're kind of reverse engineering the learning process?
Exactly.
I see.
It's like having a roadmap before you set out on a journey,
Yeah.
where you're going.
Right.
So you're like, okay, how do I get there?
So you're not just wandering aimlessly.
Right, exactly. And they also talked about understanding the structure of the answers.
Okay.
Like, what are they looking for?
Right.
Especially in academic settings.
Yeah. That makes sense.
How are the points allocated?
Oh, interesting.
So it's almost like learning the language of the assessment.
That's a good way to put it.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be really helpful for students
Yeah.
who struggle with test anxiety.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because if you know what they're looking for,
Right.
it takes the pressure off a little bit.
It eliminates that uncertainty.
Right. Okay, now get ready
Oh, boy.
for some tough love.
Okay.
The video's next tip
Yeah.
is all about facing your weaknesses
Oh, boy.
head on.
Okay.
No more avoiding.
I like to avoid those,
I know.
but I know I shouldn't.
Well, this is the
Like,
reminder.
we bring it on.
Yeah, it's so easy to just focus on what we're already good at.
Right. Like, why waste time on that?
Yeah, but we only really grow when we push ourselves.
That's the tough love.
Yeah, outside the comfort zone.
Exactly. And the video actually talks about this thing called deliberate practice,
Okay.
which is basically like intentionally
Yeah.
working on the things you're not good at.
Okay, so you're seeking out
Yeah.
your weaknesses.
Yeah, like
Did it.
it's not fun,
No.
but it's so effective.
It is.
Think about like athletes
Yeah.
training for a competition.
Right.
They don't just focus on what they're already good at.
Right. They got.
They got to find those weaknesses
Yeah.
and work on them.
Yeah. So for studying, that might mean
Yeah.
spending more time on the concepts that are difficult,
Right.
or like,
Prepare for extra help.
yeah, getting a tutor.
Asking for help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just being really proactive about it.
Yeah, take ownership of your learning.
Exactly.
That's a good way to put it.
So another interesting point they made was about connecting different areas of knowledge.
Row, okay.
So instead of just studying like
Yeah.
biology
Right.
and then math,
Separate.
totally separate,
Right.
they called it horizontal learning.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's basically like building a web of knowledge
Oh, that's a good way to think about it.
instead of these like
Yeah.
separate silos.
Yeah, just memorizing isolated facts.
Right. And they actually gave a really good example.
Okay, I'm
They
listening.
talked about the immune system
Okay.
and how understanding the immune system can be helped by
Yeah.
also learning about things like inflammatory responses
Okay.
and cellular defense mechanisms.
So you're connecting those related concepts.
Exactly.
I see.
So it's not just about memorizing, like, okay, what are the different immune cells?
Right.
It's like, okay, how do they work together?
Right, the bigger picture.
Exactly. How are they connected to the rest of the body?
It's all connected.
Makes sense.
So are you ready to talk about AI?
Oh, I was wondering when we were going to get to this.
I know.
It's all the buzz these days.
It is, and the video creator was super excited about it.
Okay.
Specifically like ChatGPT for studying.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And honestly, I am too. I think there's so much potential there.
Yeah, it feels like we're just scratching the surface
Totally.
of what AI can do.
Yeah. So they were saying you could use it for things like summarizing long texts. That would be helpful.
Right.
Yeah. Especially if you have like
Yeah.
a whole textbook chapter.
Or like a research paper.
Yeah. To get through.
You just get the key points.
Right.
Yeah. Or if there's a concept you're just not getting,
Oh, yeah.
you can ask AI to explain it to you.
That's a good idea.
Right.
And even,
It's like having a tutor.
yes, they were saying it's like a virtual study buddy.
Exactly. 24/7.
And they even had a pack of AI prompts
Oh, wow.
specifically for studying.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah, we'll link to that in the show notes.
Awesome.
So,
But of course, we have to remember
yeah.
AI, it's still pretty new.
Right.
So we got to use it thoughtfully,
Yes.
critically,
It's not
not just taking everything as gospel.
right. It's a tool
It is a tool.
to help you, but you still have to think for yourself.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Okay, last tip.
last tip,
All right.
and I love this one.
Okay.
Embrace your mistakes.
Oh, that's a hard one.
I know, but it's so important.
I know it is. The video calls it the screw-up notebook.
Oh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to keep track of your mistake.
It's so tempting to just shove them under the rug,
Right.
pretend they didn't happen.
Yeah.
But you learn so much from them when
And-
you actually acknowledge them.
You do remember that time.
Oh, yeah.
I completely blanked on the name
Oh, no.
of the mitochondria
Oh, gosh.
during a biology presentation.
That's my worst nightmare.
I know I was mortified,
Oh, no.
but I never forgot it again.
See, it sticks with you.
It does when you make a mistake.
It does. So they were suggesting keeping like a
Yeah.
physical or digital log of all your mistakes.
That's a good idea.
So you can look back over them.
Yeah, especially before an exam or something.
Yeah, or a big presentation.
Right. All right, so
Okay.
before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I want to emphasize one last thing.
All right, I'm listening.
Learning should be fun.
Oh, it should be.
It shouldn't be a chore.
No.
It should be something you enjoy.
It's about exploring,
Yeah.
expanding your knowledge.
Yeah. And like
Being curious.
when you are curious about something, you learn it so much better.
It's true.
So ditch the dread,
Yeah.
embrace the challenge, and remember that learning is a gift,
It is a gift.
not a chore.
Agreed.
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive
Yeah, we had fun.
into studying so fast it feels like cheating.
Lots of great tips.
And
Huh?
let us know what you think.
Oh, resonated with you.
Yeah. Share your study hacks.
Yeah,
We love hearing from you. You
absolutely.
can find us on social media
Yeah.
or drop us an email.
Yeah, we're always here.
So until next time, happy learning.
Happy learning.